what you have on screen, Arsenal in training. They will be taking on Everton. For me, biggest game. All of the contenders are playing teams you would expect them to defeat. But this game is important.
Yeah, I mean Atletico Bilbao.
No, I'm talking about, no.
Okay, English
we'll go
Premier
to that.
League.
But in the English Premier League, Arsenal in 4th position, and you have teams breathing down their necks. One of those teams is Everton. A win for Everton, puts them in a position to challenge Arsenal for the 4th spot, and which might take them to the UEFA Champions League.
Yes, it promises to be a very exciting game. When both teams met in the first round of the league, it actually ended in a stalemate. It was very exciting. Everton were in the form of their life at that time, and they've been able to pick up their form back, despite the fact that they recorded some losses before they got to this level. So for Arsenal, you begin to wonder how Arsenal found themselves in this position for a team that was actually vying, that was jostling for the league title, now battling seriously to actually make the top 4. It promises to be an exciting one. 4 points separate the two teams, and just like you said, if Everton records a victory in this fixture, then 1 point will be separating both teams, and of course, anything will happen. But for Arsenal, good to know that Aaron Ramsey is actually back, and it might be available for selection when this game.
There are news Abu Dhabi might be fit as well.
Of course, Abu Dhabi is also back
Nacho Monreal.
Nacho Monreal.
So it's a big game. Big game for both sides.
For both sides. Both teams must not. If Everton still want to make the top 4, they cannot afford to lose that game.
And if top 4 is all Arsenal wants, a draw is okay.
A draw is okay.
As long as they don't lose.
Yeah.
But if they still have their eyes on the title, I mean, mathematically, they still
of course
do have a chance.
Yes, considering the fact that Man City will be traveling to Anfield next week. So any of the teams could just drop points and give Arsenal a chance.
All right, let's look at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. Like I said, question on everybody's lips, who's going to win? And that's the question I'm going to ask Kule right now. Who's going to win who's going to win the final? And I don't know, what's your opinion? Who's going to win the final?
Yeah, I think for me, this happens to be the 2 best teams we have in this particular tournament.
Both played at the group stage.
They played at the group stage with Japan getting the better of Spain in that encounter. And, ever to this tournament, this final, both teams have actually they played very well. They've actually taken almost all their opponents apart, and it promises to be a very, very exciting game. For
sentimental reasons,
I think
who would you want to win?
No, for me, I think in 2000 and the last 2 editions, the team that met Korea, actually the team that eliminated us via penalty shootout, got to the final and won it. So I'm going to toe that line this time around. Spain, I'm tipping Spain to get a victory in this one.
Okay. Top place, Venezuela and Italy?
I think you should go to Italy. I'm giving it to Italy.
All right, let's go to Brazil. Still talking about a FIFA competition. Let's go to Brazil and tell you some of the things that have happened this week in Brazil. We told you it's 69 days to the Mundial. That's the biggest football event anywhere on the planet. That's the FIFA 2014 World Cup. Comes once in every 4 years and is always big. The whole world is glued to their TV sets. Well, what you have on screen, is one of the stadiums where goal line technology has been installed. As a matter of fact, the 12 stadiums that will be involved, goal line technology has been installed. And of course, the reason is simple. You don't want to have the Frank Lampard experience.
Yeah.
Funny enough, some of those things happened when England and Germany had played. In 1966, we had something like that, where the Germans thought they scored a goal. And it didn't count. Some years down the line, it was England thought they had scored a goal. It didn't count, and something else happened. But this helps. It helps referee. Within some few seconds, a goal is scored. The referee gets a confirmation that the ball crossed the line, and it's a goal. And I think it's good.
I think it's really very good. It's a very good one for FIFA. They've said it's going to happen, and it's good to know that it's going to be happening in the forthcoming World Cup. And, we used to say the referees are human beings like us. They have to take their decisions.
That's how fast the ref will know
We'll know
if it's a goal.
if it's a goal. So it's
He
indeed.
gets an alert.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on from this one. And, well, Sao Paulo Stadium, a stadium that should host the opening game at the World Cup. You know, we are hearing that the authorities might put a halt to the construction of the stadium. The stadium is to be opened on April 15th, but with all of these things happening, Jerome Valk, the FIFA Secretary General, said no matter what happens, the opening game will be played June 12th there in Sao Paulo. But, you know, some of these things, you know, begin to worry you.
That's quite surprising because Jerome Valk is not. I don't know if he has actually gone there to see what the construction
Brazil, as we speak.
looks like. Because if the authorities are saying they're going to close the stadium down, and he's saying
For safety
look,
reasons.
for safety reasons, and
Three people have died so far.
So I think it's very important that
And we also hear
safety,
that Brazil, they're looking for, you know, other quick solutions. Some problems.
so many people have actually
Some problems may
died.
not be fixed before April 15, and so the authorities, you know, the LOC, so to speak, just, you know, after the accident the other time, this was what the stadium looked like. And FIFA tells us that this stadium will be ready before April 15. And, you know, but for safety reasons, authorities in Brazil are saying, look, if people are dying at the stadium, then safety rules are not being kept. Then, of course, we might have to halt a stadium that probably is not even on schedule.
On schedule. I think that should be the best option if this kind of thing is going to continue to repeat itself, because the safety of the people is more imperative than the World Cup, the tournament itself.
But, you know, I know we're already painting a gloomy picture, but
no, I mean, it has always been like this.
No, I wanted to take you to the next thing. That's one of
Okay.
the other stadiums that's ready.
Okay.
You know, that a match had been played on that surface. And, well, that's it. Two local teams played on the Cuiabá Stadium yesterday. It was like a test run. And it just shows that that stadium is ready, would meet the deadline. And of course, we don't have problems with that one. The one for the opening ceremony, that's where the issues are. But the Cuiabá Stadium, ready. And you can see fans, everybody sitting down, the cozy, you know, two local teams played at the stadium. It ended goalless. Really, there were no goals at the stadium. But, well, that's what's happening inside Brazil right now as we speak. Well, let's talk about a team in the World Cup. We chose a team as we continue with the countdown. We'll be doing this regularly. We chose a team for you. And, of course, that team has won the World Cup 4 times. We're talking about the Azuris of Italy. And well, they have a lot of star players. They're looking before. We have Pello. We have Mario Balotelli.
Mario Balotelli.
And,
they also have Daniel De Rossi.
And a good coach in Cesare Prandelli.
Absolutely.
And some people are saying it might just be the time for the Azuris. You go into any tournament, you don't rule them out. They may not play well in pre-tournament matches. When they get there, it's something else.
Of course, the Italians, like you said, a very fantastic team. 2006, nobody gave them a chance. They didn't start on a very good note, and before we knew it, they
actually
got to
won
the final.
one game. I think one game
in
the group stage.
Of course, and you know,
from there started picking up
good.
In '94 as well.
Yes, but yeah, I think there's a problem the team is facing right now, and Prandelli is actually finding a solution to no avail for now, because the defense has been a problem. Remember that even despite the fact that they qualified with 2 games to spare in the European Championship, the next games, the game against Denmark and Albania, ended in draws, which actually affected their rating in the ranking.
They also played Nigeria.
Of course.
You talked about their defense, but this game showed some of the weaknesses in the Nigerian team. I don't know.
Also, even in the Italian team as well.
But, you know...
they've been conceding a lot of...
I don't know if it balances out. They have an attack that is potent. And defenders, maybe injuries. I mean, for me, Giorgio Chiellini is good defender. The guys from Milan as well, good defenders, but injuries. But what I wanted us to see, just to show Mario Balotelli in action with one move, took out 4 Nigerian defenders. Just goes to show the quality you have in the Italian attack. You had Pello. I mean, a whole lot of good players.
I mean, Prandelli is still trying to look for a partner, a rightful partner for Mario Balotelli in the heart of the Azzurri's attack, because remember that Rossi is the one who is actually looking at towards
his injury plague.
His injury plague. He just came back from a 2-year injury. So I think we just hope that they will get it right when the World Cup starts.
All right, let's leave football for 30 seconds as we try to wrap things up on the show this morning. Let's quickly talk boxing. We're going to leave you with the papers, but let's quickly talk boxing now. Timothy Bradley, American boxer, says, "I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to prove you guys wrong. Last time you said I defeated Manny Pacquiao by default, but now I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to really knock him out." In 30 seconds, what are the chances? On April 12th, the bout will take place. But Timothy Bradley, American boxer, what do you see happening?
I think it's going to be very, very interesting bout. Manny Pacquiao, despite after his 2 quick successive losses, has bounced back, and he's not been the same. But he's been training well, and he's notched up about 2 wins after those setbacks. So it's going to be a very, very interesting one. And
quickly, let me put you on the spot. If he defeats Timothy Bradley, is it going to be in line for a fight with either Manuel Marquez or Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
Well, if we're talking about this, Floyd Mayweather is a kind of boxer who wants to pick his own opponent. Even whether he gets this the win against Bradley or not, it still doesn't guarantee him
a fight with any
of the two.
Okay, that's how we wrap this up on the show. We really hope that you've enjoyed what we brought to you this morning. But we're leaving, but we're actually not leaving. We're going to leave you with the papers, allow you see the headlines, some of the things we probably missed on the show. We allow you to enjoy that and urge you to join us for another edition of the show next week. Bye for now.